Have you ever noticed that a lot of people don't seem to know a lot of stuff about the stuff that you know a lot about? I have. And for me, that stuff is travel. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a travel advisor in Ontario, Canada, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Michelle Plans Travel. I started in the travel industry about 10 years ago, and I truly love my job. There are some rough patches. Sometimes things don't go as planned. Sometimes epidemics and pandemics happen. Sometimes volcanoes and earthquakes and things like that happen. And all of those things can be very, very tricky to navigate. But overall, I love my job. I love working with people to get them a trip that truly is going to bring them joy. I love the back and forth discussion. I love seeing their excitement. I love helping them make the plans. And then I love hearing the feedback when they come back from that trip. And it truly has been just a marvelous experience for them. Over the years, I have noticed that a lot of people don't seem to know things that I seem to think they might know. And so there's sort of I guess, a mindset on my part that most people know the things that I know about travel. But of course, that's not true. I don't know all the things to know about how to fix my car. I don't know all the things to know about life insurance or banking or taking a tree down. So why would everybody know the things that I know about travel? So I thought that I would start this YouTube channel to help answer some questions that a lot of people tend to ask me over and over again, to give some background information on how best to plan travel, some insights into my own travel, as well as trips that I'm planning for other people, to give you a breakdown of how to book certain kinds of trips, whether they be cruises, tours, bespoke itineraries, and then just talk a little bit about visas and travel advisories and changing terms and conditions from suppliers and also countries and just all the things travel related. Travel is always changing, and that's why I think it's a great topic to talk about, because there's always going to be new things happening. I'm always going to be able to bring you new and updated information, and it's just exciting. There's just so many things to talk about. So this first video, I thought I would just really quickly touch on what is a travel advisor and why would you use one to book. That's actually a question I've had actually twice today. And so what is a travel advisor? A travel advisor is basically a consultant, a travel consultant. What does that mean? We help plan the best trip experience possible for you. So that means I'm sitting down with my clients talking about budget, talking about the pace of travel. Do they like to go fast? Do they like to go slow and take their time? Do they like to go and see historical things? Are they all about a beach vacation? Do they like to interact with locals? Are they a foodie? Do they want to take any tours? Do they want to do things on their own? Do they want to rent a car? Do they want to take public transportation? What kinds of things are they interested most in seeing? So we take all of that information and put it together to get you the best trip possible. Even with things like all-inclusives, we need to know what kinds of things are you looking for? Are you looking for something that has a lot of nightly entertainment? Are you looking for something that's got renowned food reviews? Are you looking for quiet? Are you looking for loud, adults only? How far from the airport? All of those things matter when it comes to planning your trip. We also think about things like seasonality. So if you're planning on going to somewhere like Costa Rica, or if you're planning on going to some places in Asia or anything like that, the jungle, you need to know that sometimes there'll be months of rain. So you don't want to go during those times. Or sometimes a place will be unbearably hot, or the crowds will just be incredibly huge. And if you're not a person who can function well in the heat and or crowds, maybe you don't want to go to Rome in the middle of July. Those are things we take into account. We also take into account what you need to get there. If you need a visa that's going to take 3 months to get approved, we're going to alert you to that fact so that you can go ahead and take the steps you need to get that visa in place. A travel advisor basically does all of the heavy lifting so that you can enjoy looking forward to the trip. One thing that seems to be a common misconception is that travel agents, advisors, consultants, that we control the pricing and the terms and conditions of the things that we sell. This is simply not true. The suppliers control all of those things. They control the pricing, they control availability, and they control terms and conditions. So it's our job to tell you all of those things while we're in the booking process. Sometimes we can have a price, not that we control, but that we've gotten for you, that we've made available for you if we're doing some sort of a group trip, a group tour, and you're booking onto that tour with us. But other than that, we can find the best pricing for you throughout several months. We have quick tools, or we have tools that make it very quick for us to compare airline prices for a specific month, all inclusives for a specific month, even tours. What's the cheapest day that you can go on this tour or this cruise, and things like that. So while we don't control the pricing, we can help you take advantage of better priced options. One of the other main advantages of booking with a travel advisor is that we can help you if things go wrong. So if there is a problem with a supplier, maybe there's a strike. That's happened before. We've seen that with Air Canada. We've seen it really with all the major airlines. But if there's a strike, or if there is insolvency or bankruptcy, if there is a major travel disruption in terms of things like I mentioned before, a volcano or a hurricane, right? You're not left holding all of that mess by yourself. You're not the one that's trying to contact the airline or the supplier to figure out how you're going to get home, what you're going to get reimbursed for. That is what we step in and help out with. I would say the main reasons that I have for people coming and booking with me as an advisor is that they are too busy and it's too overwhelming. So I get it. Life is busy. And when there's that much information on the internet available to you, it's fantastic because you have all this choice of all these places to go. But it can be very disheartening because how do you wade through all of those places? How do you wade through a choice of, 50 resorts all in one area, and then you have to look at all these other areas that you might want to go to? How do you do that? So it's overwhelming, the number of airlines that are out there, and then the number of classes. So now if you're booking economy, it's not just one economy class, it's 3 or 4 different classes. How do you know which one is going to give you the best bang for your buck, the best value for money? Let's talk about cruises. There's so many cruise lines out there. How do you wade through what cruises are going to give you exactly what you want, what itinerary you want, what activities on board you want? That stuff becomes overwhelming. And so people then don't have the time to take all that information, sift through it, and make a decision. And that is where the travel advisor steps in. That is the main reason why people come to me. Another reason a lot of people book with me as an advisor is that they are scared of making a mistake because there are so many moving parts. So especially when you're booking something like a more bespoke trips, there's a lot of moving parts with planes, trains, automobiles, hotels, tours, all of these different things. And you have to make sure that everything is moving along at a certain pace and that you're where you need to be at a certain time. They're scared of making a mistake and ending up somewhere, maybe one night without a hotel, or maybe they don't have a way of getting from point A to point B. And so to take that stress away, obviously they come to us because we know a little bit more. I just noticed that my mic was making some funny squeaky noises. Sorry about that. It is my first time videoing and using this mic, so just getting a little bit used to how to do it. So hopefully in future videos I won't have any technical issues, but we all know that's probably not going to happen. So just hopefully we can hear me a little bit better now. But I just wanted to move into a little bit about how travel advisors are regulated, specifically here in Ontario. We have something here in place called TICO, TICO, which stands for the Travel Industry Council of Ontario. Other provinces do have other designations. I'm unsure if every single province has its own designation, but I do know that British Columbia, Alberta, and Quebec all have some sort of designation. So what that means is that every single travel advisor, every travel agency, every supplier that is operating in Ontario needs to be certified through TICO. We need to have gone through the training and written the test, and now we have a piece of paper saying that we are licensed and certified by TICO. So what exactly does TICO mean for you as a consumer? It's mostly two things. Firstly, TICO requires us as travel advisors to be very upfront about what it is the client is booking. So we have to provide you all-in pricing. So there's no hidden taxes or fees. What you see is what you get. We have to tell you what our professional fees are going to be. We have to tell you everything that's available. It has to be on your booking form. You have to see it and agree to it. And you have to receive invoicing stating of what you paid. You also have to be aware of the terms and conditions of what you're booking. So that means, what is the cancellation policy on such and such a package? Or when can you make changes up into? Those things we have to tell you about. We have to let you know that if there is insurance available, and if so, which insurance is available. If you find as a consumer that you booked something and you were not given that information, you can go back to TICO and they can step in and help navigate that situation for you. The other major thing that TICO has is the Ontario Travel Compensation Fund. So if a TICO registered Ontario travel agency, airline, supplier, operator, cruise line becomes either bankrupt or goes insolvent, claims insolvency, then TICO can assist the consumers who were affected by that and help mitigate some of their losses through this fund. Something that's really great is that even if you live in a different province, you're still protected by TICO if you book through a TICO registered agent like me. One thing I can't do, though, is sell insurance to people in other provinces. But insurance is a different topic for a different video, and we'll get there later. So that's a very basic idea of who I am, what a travel advisor does, why you should use one, and just an introduction to my channel. If you are liking what you see, if you want to know more about the travel industry, specifically in Ontario or in Canada, please like and subscribe, follow along, join me as we go on this journey together.